inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out.
How's it going, guys? Behind me is my 2004 MYSTICHROME Terminator that I just got, and it is gonna be my daily driver. This thing has a super sketchy history, and I got it for an amazing price, so make sure to stay tuned if you want to know how much I got this car for and a little bit about the sketchy history behind it that made it such an amazing price. So in order to give you the whole picture about this car, I have to show you the miles. And by miles, I mean kilometers, because this is actually a Canadian MYSTICHROME Terminator. So if you look here, this thing has 195,000 kilometers. So this whole speedo is in kilometers. I don't know if you can see that there, but yeah, we got kilometers per hour. So yeah, this is a Canadian MYSTICHROME. I wonder how many actual MYSTICHROME Terminators went to Canada, but this was one of them, and now it's in my garage. So now that you guys know that this is a Canadian car, don't freak out, because it actually has barely any rust. Like, it is actually in really great shape for being a Canadian car. So I don't know if it was just like a garage queen when it was in Canada and then it came over here. But anyways, 195,000 kilometers equates to roughly 125,000 miles. And in MYSTICHROME Terminator world, that is a lot of miles, because I feel like all of these cars are garage queens, and they have, you know, some have 1,000 miles on them, some have, you know, 20,000 miles on them, 10,000 miles on them, and they are insanely expensive because people just keep them in their garages. But I wanted one that I could daily drive and not feel bad putting some miles on, putting, you know, getting some rock chips on the front bumper or, you know, on the hood or whatever, and not feeling bad about any of that stuff. So this car has actually been in 2 accidents according to the Carfax, and it's been resprayed. I'm assuming the front and the back with the accidents, and you can actually see a little bit of the difference in the shades of the MYSTICHROME. You don't see them that much here in the garage, but you can see the fenders and the hood don't exactly match 100%. So I'm assuming either the fenders or the hood were repainted at some point. And yeah, this car is a daily driver material. You know, it has a bunch of rock chips. It has one giant one up here, which I cringe every time I see it, and it's actually rusting up. You know, it's got some flimsiness here, some misalignment on the rear bumper, but you know, it drives really well. And yeah, that's the most important thing that I cared about, is finding a car that I can daily drive and have some fun with. Another reason I bought this car specifically is because it hasn't been modified to death. Let me pull up the hood here and I can show you guys underneath. So this thing is pretty much as close to stock as can be for one of these Terminators, because people mod the heck out of these cars and they just, you know, reliability goes down the drain. And for a daily driver, which this car is going to be, I wanted to keep it as stock as possible. It literally, so that is pretty much all the rust on the car. Like that cover, I don't know why, but it has a bunch of rust on it. As you can see here, stock intake. It has the oil catch cans and a breather thing, but other than that, this thing is freaking stock, and it is amazing because, you know, reliability wise, I am not nervous about daily driving this car at all. Now wait till you guys hear the price that I got this car for, because I couldn't believe it myself, and I'm pretty sure this is the cheapest MYSTICHROME Cobra Terminator to have sold. I don't know in what time span, but it is definitely the cheapest. as of what's for sale right now, because there was a couple for sale and they were insanely highly priced in the 30s and 40s, even in the 50,000 range. So I wasn't going to pay that for a daily driver 20-year-old car, but I got this thing for a steal. But another one of the reasons why I wanted this car specifically is because of the exhaust. So these have the Borla Stinger exhaust, which is actually not super loud, which I like, because my first Mustang that I ever got, I made the mistake of straight piping that thing, and it sounded like absolute garbage. It droned like hell, and I'm pretty sure I lost some of my hearing because of it. So the Borla Stingers sound mean, they sound really nice, but they're not super loud, and that way we can hear that beautiful supercharged V8 up front and not go deaf. Now I'm gonna walk you around the car here and show you something that is gonna make you cringe so hard. So I was in the process of moving and we were staying at a hotel. The parking lot was kind of tight. I had this thing parked in like a corner spot, and look at what happened. Someone backed into the car and scratched the crap out of it. So I'm in the process of, well, I'm waiting for the hotel manager to get there so I can look at the cameras and see what happened. But I'm pretty sure it was just like a giant truck or something, and you know, maybe the hitch scratched the crap out of the car. But it is very, very sad. But you know, this is why I got a daily driver quality car and not a show car or a garage queen, because if you're daily driving this car, stuff like this is gonna happen, and it hurts a lot less when it's on a car that has, you know, over 100,000 miles or almost 200,000 kilometers on it. And but nonetheless, it still hurts, and I still want to figure out what happened, and maybe get this touched up or something, because it is really, really sad. But other than that, let me walk you guys around the car here so you can see all the paint chips and all that fun stuff that this car has. I think it was resprayed at some point, the front bumper completely, because there's like no rock chips on this thing, which is very surprising for a car this old with this many miles. So pretty sure front bumper was resprayed at some point. Maybe the fenders weren't, because there's a lot of rock chips on the fenders. But yeah, it is a daily driver quality MYSTICHROME. It is exactly what I wanted, so I'm super happy with this car. One thing I'm gonna ask you guys, what do you think? Wheels, do we keep them stock? I was looking at like maybe like some of the CCW replicas, because I am not paying like $5,000 for CCWs, but I was thinking maybe going with like the XXR or the Whistler, you know, kind of CCW replica wheels, and just maybe lowering it a tiny bit. But then again, that affects the drivability of the car. And my last Mustang, I had a 2001 Mustang GT, and it was slammed on coilovers, and the exhaust would scrape basically when I would go over anything that was more than like 2 inches tall. So I kind of don't want it to affect the daily drivability of this car. So I don't know, I really love the chrome stock wheels for now, but if we get bored, maybe we'll switch that up in the future. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Keep the stock wheels or change it up for some CCW replicas or whatever else you guys think might look good on these cars. I have no idea. I haven't done that much research yet on it. Now on this side of the car, there's like some sort of weird something. Maybe this trunk lid was resprayed at some point, because it does have some sort of weird paint stuff going on back here. Got some scratches here, big scratch. I don't know what the heck happened there. Someone was drunk or something. Oh, and then the other thing is this car came with the chrome Cobra inserts, but the owner, shout out to the owner, by the way, Eddie, he is a really nice guy. He helped me load this thing onto the trailer that I transported it on with my truck. So props to him for helping me out and taking good care of this car. And he actually daily drove this car for a little bit. before I purchased it. So I felt really comfortable actually buying a car that someone drove a lot instead of a car that, you know, someone had in their garage, and then maybe, you know, all the gaskets and seals and stuff would start drying up, and bushings and rubber and all that stuff goes to crap. So I wanted a car that someone actually drove and put some miles on, and that would make me feel a lot better about daily driving it myself. But yeah, what do you guys think about those like chrome Cobra little insert things on this? Because I kind of like the chrome. I'm digging the chrome on this car. So I was thinking of slapping those on there. The previous owner actually gave me the inserts. They were just never attached. So I could technically put those on and give it a little bit of a pop, and then, you know, the people behind me will know what's up. They'll know that the that shiny Cobra symbol means this is a Cobra. But yeah, let's see on this side. Let me show you guys. I had a little bit tiny dent here. You probably won't be able to see it in this light. But yeah, lots of rock chips, lots of paint imperfection. Here's someone slammed into the door or something. And then down here, this is a pretty bad area. Maybe the seatbelt was left out or something and started taking away all the paint. Doesn't really bother me. I love this car, so I'm like, I don't really care. It's great. I like it just the way it is. But yeah, lots of imperfections, which is great. I'm not gonna feel bad when a rock hits it, or, you know, someone dings the door or something like that, which I hope doesn't happen, but it very well can. So yeah, the fact that this car is a driver and not a garage queen makes it that much better. On the inside, I love that this thing was kept stock. The seats are really good, except for the driver one. It has a little bit of wear and stuff, but this is all completely stock radial, stock all that stuff. So I am really glad this is a time capsule. The people that owned it just kept it as stock as possible, which is amazing. So yeah, here you guys are. Okay, so now I'm sure you guys are dying to know how much I paid for this thing in the condition that it's in, with 195,000 kilometers. Let me repeat, that is kilometers, not miles. So it's about roughly 125,000 miles, and I paid $20,000 for this car. Now, if you look at any other MYSTICHROME Terminator, look at how much they're going for. It is absolutely insane, and there's only ever like a handful, maybe 4 or 5, 6 available for sale, and they're all garage queens. So this is the only one that I could find that was a driver, well-maintained, close to stock, and it is just absolute perfection to go out and drive in. Now, I did not do an inspection on this car before purchasing it. I didn't take it to a mechanic or anything, is what I mean. So that is going to be coming up in a video very soon, so stay tuned, because we're taking this to the mechanic, making sure it's gone over, making sure it's safe and reliable to daily drive, and we will see what the mechanic has to say, because this is a 20-year-old car, so there are going to be things that are going to come up. So I'm a little bit nervous but excited to make that video. That'll be coming soon, so stay tuned. But yeah, I paid $20,000 for this thing, and it is pretty much one of my dream cars. I don't think I'm ever going to sell it because I love this car so much. So $20,000 bought me, in my opinion, a lot of car. This is a lot of car for $20,000. It is super rare. A lot of people, I actually took it to Cars and Coffee, and people thought this was a wrap on it, and people just don't know what MYSTICHROME is. So pretty wild that this is in my garage now. So we'll be making more videos soon, but yeah, for $20,000, I think I got a great price. There is literally nothing else out there in this price range for MYSTICHROME Cobra Terminators. So yeah, it's a Canadian car, but yeah, I love Canada because whoever had it up there took really good care of it. It doesn't have a lot of rust other than that housing thing on the supercharger, which I think I'm gonna take off if we do decide to go to a smaller pulley. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Should I keep this thing stock, keep it reliable, or at least do a pulley and a tune, just to get a little more fun out of it? But I am super pumped about this car. Make sure to stay tuned, and we're gonna take it to the mechanic, see what they have to say about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.